Welcome back. Field level here at M&T Bank Stadium, 2019 CA Football Media Day Live. I'm Bobby Broyles with Brandon Noble, and we're joined by the Towson Tigers. Gentlemen, how are we doing this morning? Everything going smoothly so far for you?
Walk in the park. Bunch of veterans here.
Exactly. Awesome. So we're joined by Shane Simpson, of course, head coach Rob Ambrose, and the preseason Offensive Player of the Year, Tom Flacco. And Coach, we'll start with you. Last year, this team, preseason picked 10th, end up making the playoffs for the first time since 2013. Now your preseason picked second. The expectations have changed, obviously, on the outside eyes a bit. What has been the message to your team so far this offseason?
Well, last year we talked about gaining respect, working hard, and getting back to the level of notoriety on a national level that we had kind of expected. And we did that. We really did. As a team, we did that. We were focused. We were together as a group. But I was a really bad head football coach, and we talked about that so much that ended up being the finish line of the season. And what that leads you to is it gets you to December, but it doesn't get you much farther. And as we moved on through January, we talked about what it takes to be successful in the playoffs at this level. It's not like bowl games and somewhere nice and warm in one game.
Yeah.
It's a crushing, horrible weather, transcontinental mess that takes consistency and toughness. And we spent the offseason talking about bad weather, playing hard in bad weather, and setting the finish line well past the month of December.
So what are the things that you've been doing to kind of physically implement that, if you can tell us on TV?
We talked about size and strength and being able to be healthy, and that the bigger and stronger we are, the longer we can last. So we moved spring ball up. We practiced in the cold, in the wet, in the rain, any crappy weather we could find. We found it and rolled around in it, played football in it, and then we got done. We got done mid-March, and we lifted, we ran, and we did our best to get as big and as strong as humanly possible as we can.
That does it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure as offensive players, and I'll go with you, Tom, that had to be enjoyable, huh? As an offensive player to play in all those types of conditions here in the offseason?
Yeah, spring ball is definitely brutal a little bit in terms of the weather.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I like to play football rather than going with weights, so that was pretty annoying too. The amount of time we've been lifting weights, we're actually ready for camp. That's pretty weird. So,
well, obviously you coming in as a CA preseason Offensive Player of the Year, you finished as the Offensive Player of the Year in the league last year. Breakout season, of course, for you. What were some of the keys to your success last year, and what have you been emphasizing on this offseason to even be better here in 2019?
I can't be any more grateful for my teammates. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. But just the work that we put in the off season, I think that correlated to the beginning of the season that we had, the success that we had. Just working hard in the off season, getting after it in the summer with the throwing with the wide receivers. Working on my footwork with the running back, stuff like that. That really benefited us. And this year we're working even harder, so we're excited to get out there again.
Shane, talk a little bit about what you are doing now. Like, everybody sees Saturday. And the coach just talked about what you guys did in March. Nobody sees March. Right, what have you guys done from June and July that says, hey, we're ready to go in August?
Great question. Best way to put it, just taking training day by training day. Just Monday, just focus on what we have on Monday, then we worry about what we have tomorrow. Just stuff like that, and I think that will help us during the season. Just take it game by game and allow us to be able to finish.
As a guy that gets the ball as often as you do in so many different ways, what are things that you have to do to make sure? Look, I played football for 20 years. No one ever gave me the ball on purpose, right? I always went and tackled somebody with the ball. So different animal. What do you have to do to take care of your body so that you're ready, like Coach said, because that grind in December, it's not a fancy bowl game, right? It's multiple games in bad weather.
Exactly. Basically, you hit it right on the head, just taking care of my body, just being able, obviously, it's not stuff just on the field and off the field. Like eating plays a big part in your success on and off the field, and just being able to go get treatment whenever, as much as you can, even like going to cryo chamber, stuff like that, just to help you help my body feel great.
Did you have cryo chambers growing up?
No, we had ice tubs.
That's what I'm saying.
Cow bins.
That's exactly right. Cow bins that they borrowed from the farm and filled them up with ice and water.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, Coach, obviously bringing two offensive players. We'll talk to you about the defense a little bit. You returned 7 starters. What is the expectation for that group, and who are some of the guys that we should be keeping an eye on going into this season?
Well, the core of the defense is good, and we played great defense in some stretches, but a little rough on third down and a little, especially in short yardage stuff. So we've had a lot of room to improve. We've mixed some guys around, changed a little scheme, changed a little bit of personnel, and somebody tried to corner me on one of these conversations about who's going to play where and what kind. Like, I'm going to tell you, I'm not doing any of that.
Exactly.
But our ability to be multiple and play to the skill set of our players will clearly be a positive in this fall. Do you want to know who? Right? No, Robert Hayward runs the defense.
Yeah,
he does. Robert Hayward runs me. When he, like, I'm going to get a phone call in a little bit, and he's going to tell me everything I did wrong. And but he's running the show from the linebacker position. We got Terrell Gillette has had an awesome offseason. He's a great leader. He's a good football player, but he's a great leader. And he's kind of, between the two of them, they kind of got these guys in that supporting cast: Ricky DeBerry, Malik Tyne, Bryce Carter, and they've all had good seasons. But they're all waiting to, like, they're on the cusp of the breakout. Yep. And I consider them, like, Keon Pay is one of the most, probably started as many games as any other player in the league, but is about to have a breakout season. So once they raise the level of what we are defensively, and if we can continue to hold, raising the bar as high as we did offensively is pretty challenging. You ever try to hold that much weight that high for a long period of time? That's going to be a challenge in itself. So we put those two things together, and where we go from here on out should be pretty good.
Shane, what about talking about defenses in this league, in this conference? See it every week. I mean, it's Stony Brook, it's JMU, it's everybody. And what's it like to go out every week and be tested like that?
Like you said, is every week is just a challenge. Every team is everybody's just hard to play against, and obviously sometimes they stack the box, sometimes they don't. Thank you to Tom for that, so we don't have to go against any stacked boxes. But other than that, just like every week is really hard in the CAA.
What's it like for you? You're going to have a massive target on your chest, your back, your whole body now. So they're going to be coming after you this year, right? So what's that like? What are you doing to be ready for that?
That's what you want, you know. I mean, last year we were definitely snuck up on people. That's for sure, being picked 10th. And I think even during the season, people didn't realize how good our offense was. But this year, like you said, we got a target on our back, but I wouldn't want it any other way, you know. Go out there, and that's what makes the CAA so special. We're so competitive, all of us, making six guys making the playoffs. That's not normal. So it's been fun. And I mean, as a quarterback, due to that, I'm getting so much better because every week's a different challenge, and I'm growing as a player and I'm growing as a person every week. So it's cool.
Speaking of growing as a quarterback, you have some great weapons around you as well. Of course, this guy right here.
Yeah.
The Shane's really, Shane Leatherberry as well.
Yeah, Shane squared.
Exactly. And what is it like playing with weapons like that on the outside? How much easier does it make your job at times?
As a quarterback, it's got to get the ball in their hands, you know. Like guys like him, then they get into space. They get ball, and when I get the ball in space, you know, you just got they'll do something special with it. So getting the ball to him, to Shane, to Jabari, whoever it is, you know, I'm sure there's going to be a guy this year that just surprises us, you know, Chris Clark, whoever it is. Getting them the ball in space, that's what we want to do, because we had the talent to make guys miss. So that's what we're trying to do.
Shane, I like this question when they're a lineman up here a little better. All right, but what's the best meal in training camp? Like what's when you come off the field, what do you eat to make you, like, some comfort food? What do you eat? You talked about nutrition being important.
Right.
Obviously, I don't pay attention to nutrition at all. So what are you eating that makes you happy during camp?
That's a great question. Definitely can't go wrong with, like, mashed potatoes or, like, chicken parm and stuff like that. And then if I'm eating unhealthy, I'll go with, like, fried chicken. And I'm like a sweet tooth guy, so ice cream at the end of the day.
What about you?
Ice creams now.
I'm a pasta guy. I like getting that lasagna, spaghetti, whatever it is, something like that, with some pretty good sauce or gravy, whatever you call it. It's good.
Coach?
And then we get the stress eating over
Coach
here,
has to eat, right? Yeah.
My food?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, he's not eating any of the fried chicken or any of that sugar stuff. That's not happening. As far as me, I drink coffee from the time I get out of bed. I stop at noon so I can sleep at one point, and then somebody puts food on my desk when they realize that I haven't eaten it. I don't really think about food that much.
Camp is fun.
Camp is fun.
Camp is fun.
Now, Tom, one thing that's interesting, and maybe not many fans outside of Towson know, like, you played you're a collegiate two-sport athlete. Played baseball for the team this past spring, led the team in stolen bases. And of course, you were actually drafted, right? Coming out of high school.
Yeah,
that's awesome. What is it like being a two-sport collegiate athlete, and is baseball also something in your near future?
No, it was cool to say I did it. You know, coming out of high school, and Coach Ambrose gave me the opportunity. I know it was tough for him to let me go out there and play, because I did miss, maybe one or two practices, but it was fun. Just got there and I proved to myself that I could play college baseball. there was times when I was, up and I was doing well. Most of the season I wasn't seeing the ball too well, I'd say, if you look at my stats. But it was fun. I met some new guys, and playing baseball kind of reset me for football. In high school I was used to that, getting that new sport. But now I'm even more excited for football, and the skills that require baseball, they do the same thing for quarterback and throwing a football. So it's going to translate to my game.
Coach, how'd you feel about it playing baseball?
He didn't get hurt.
That's good. Well, that's key. Very key. Yes.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
He had a chance to help the baseball team. They were interested in having him. We actually had a conversation of, I was a baseball guy. We faced some good pitchers when we were in high school, but those, maybe 2 or 3 of those guys went on to get drafted or play major league or Division I football. Mm-hmm. Haven't hit a baseball and live pitching since high school.
Amazing,
now these guys are all really, really good pitchers. Tom, it might take you a while to get your stick back. After 14 days, he was batting 500. I need to shut up and just go to football.
That was one of the ups of the season, the beginning of the season.
There you go. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. Obviously, a short trip for you guys, which I'm sure you always like. But stay healthy, enjoy the 2019 season, and good luck.
Thank you, man.